Howdy doody on this lovely, lovely Friday. It's Cheryl Anderson here for my Friday chat. Today is the topic on personal vibration, right? Your own vibe, your own energy level, right? So the higher your personal vibration, the better your life becomes. Now, this is something that I do multiple times a day. Maybe not every day, but multiple times. Because I think just being a human and being connected to your life and being a female, hi Sarah, how are you? Again, because, you know, my videos are for women, but in our lives, there's so much that goes on that we try so desperately to have a handle on, to be better at, to hide. We hide lots of things because we've never been shown that it's okay to be what we think is feeble or weak or mushy or over emotional or whatever we've been told, right? Because we have such perception and we feel. So what happens is when we're told things or we overhear things or we've been taught certain things, we take them to heart. And that's what we think is normal, and we think everybody thinks that way. Now, every day I do find, some days I'm like, yeah, ha, 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 and it's fabulous, absolutely. But then there's the days where I'm just down. I'm like everybody else, you know. I mean, I've got my act together for sure. But I can tell you it doesn't take away a bad day. I'm still going to have them because I'm human. Okay? We're all human. So in our attempts to do the 5,000 things we try to do every day, there comes moments where we feel like we're falling short, or we feel like we've lost our connection to life or to our connection to ourselves. Now, for me, I'm at the point now, I'm menopausal. I'm into full menopause. So that's exciting in itself, isn't it? Now, I'm also on a bio-identical hormone replacement. It's fantastic, actually. I really like it. So it gives me some sort of equilibrium. However, you know, I'm in new territory. This is new territory for me. So sometimes, you know, you're up, you're down, you're round, you're round. And then sometimes I'll be going really great. And then I just fall flat on my face, and figuratively, not literally. And then I just feel overcome with just feeling down. Do you know? I mean, you get it in the pit of your gut and it just feels horrible. Now, I know that what drives that is negatives, all right? We've all got a bucket load. Hi, Svetan, how are you? Now, so in life, I find for me that, all right, I'm going to have bad days. I'm going to have good days. I'm going to have days where I really don't know. You know, I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm in limbo, all right? It's not like I can actually put a name to the emotion, or I can't actually pinpoint why I'm feeling the way I am. So instead of pushing myself to find an answer now, which I used to do, and I could never find the answer, now the first thing I do is I go straight to gratitude. This is absolutely gold to know this, for men and for women, all right? Kids as well. When you're feeling down, out of control, annoyed, pissed off, angry, all of the emotions, right? When you feel that that it's a little out of your control. The first thing you do is the fact that, one, your vibration's gone right down. So that's where all the dark thoughts, the heavy thoughts, the low, slow vibrations kick in. all right? Because I've talked about this before. Anger, hate, depression, anxiety, all of these actually have a really low and slow vibration. That's why when we feel them, do you want to jump around for joy? No. Do you want to like skip around and be happy and smile at everybody? No. Because these are these dreadful vibrations, hey Alba, that just, they're like sinking your ship. It's like filling a ship up with lead. So the only way to deal with those emotions and those feelings is gratitude. Because as soon as you go to gratitude, your brain can't think of anything else, right? Because you're instructing it, because you're choosing to think thoughts of gratitude. Even though at times like this, sometimes there's part of you in the back of your mind is kicking and screaming and wants to stay in the negative, because a lot of people, that's all they know. So it's, as much as it's yucky and uncomfortable, it's a comfort zone, all right? Because they know what to expect. And if people don't feel good, then they just go, oh, well, it's just more crap. Everything's crap. It's always crap. So to go to gratitude, this is what I do immediately, because I know if I want a great life, if I want to feel good in my meat suit, I want to have a nice, happy mind, I want to have a prettier, happy face, gratitude. Instantly, like I've said in the description, even if you're grateful for your bowl of cereal and your cup of coffee, sitting at a table, on a chair, with a roof over your head, it seems small to some people, but that is an amazing place to start with gratitude. Or you got a great bus driver that doesn't, take off, you get on the bus. I've had this years ago. You'd get on the bus, you'd pay him, and as you were starting to walk down the aisle, he'd take off. So you'd start off walking at like 1 mile an hour, but within a few seconds you were at the end of the bus and you're going a whole lot faster. That's horrible. I saw him do it to the elderly as well. And I wanted to go and slap him in the head and say, what would your mother say if she could see you doing this? Anyway, back to gratitude. Now, as soon as I start to think of anything I'm grateful for, right? Sometimes when I'm so down, if I'm like, and it's a hormone thing, which is very difficult to, you can't control that necessarily. So I would accept, okay, my body's doing this, but I've got to take my mind somewhere better. So I do something like, boy, I am so grateful for clean water. Because we know there's places in the world don't have clean water, places in America that don't have clean water. It's crazy. So once I start with one, it might be small. Like I'm so grateful for my hot shower this morning and that I had lovely products to use to wash my hair and wash my face and a lovely towel to dry myself. As I start to do it, the really super wonderful part of this is actually as you start with your brain going, okay, I'm going to go to gratitude. I'm going to think about something that's really great. Woo, up goes the vibration, right? Right? It just starts lifting and you got to watch it. Like I said, in the back of your mind, some people will find they want to stay in the down because it's a comfort zone. But when asked, they would say, no, nothing great comes from this and I don't feel better. And by the end of the day, I feel like 1 million times worse. Once you start the thoughts of gratitude, your brain starts pulling more. It starts remembering more, all right? Because you're instructing it to go into your files in the back of your mind and find the moments of gratitude or the things of gratitude, like I've got a nice car or I like my clothes, or it can be anything. And again, you don't have to tell anybody. This is your own private conversation with yourself. Now, as you start to, I always think three things of gratitude are great to start with. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Threes are pretty good, okay? So if all you do is just commit to going, all right, I'll think of 3 things that I'm grateful for. Most times you can get up to about 10, 15, and it just keeps going. Now, here's the thing. 1, you'll start to feel better. 2, what happens is you have now changed through thought your vibration, which you can now feel physically. All right. As you start to feel better about these things, because you're reminding yourself of these great things. There are wonderful things in your life. It's not crap and bleh. So what happens then is your vibration goes up, 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 up. Now, I can tell you every single fantastic thing that's ever happened to you happened when you were in a higher vibratory state. Every single thing. Might be a great meal, might be birth of a child, could be seeing a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. It could be finally being able to afford a pair of sunglasses, or there's lots of examples. So in doing that, you have now changed your physicality. Your whole entire body, your meat suit, now the vibration is up. So imagine it's like a radio station, all right, your body. When you're like, my life sucks. Right, that's that really low, slow music, right? And it's been around. I mean, there's music they make for movies that depicts that emotion, right? We've all watched enough television. We know these sounds, these tunes. So as, let's say you start to vibrate a little higher, you start to think of something that you are grateful for, because gratitude is right up there with love. It's huge. I mean, huge. The vibration is so high and fast. Like, love is such a fast vibration. It's crazy. I mean, if I could show you a scale of it, you would probably go, oh, I really didn't have much idea that there was that much difference. So as you're going through these moments of gratitude that you're remembering, it's like changing the dial on the radio, okay? You start to get more upbeat music. Like, you can't go and dance to some really boring old Mozart. It doesn't make you want to jump up and does it? No. So as the vibration's coming up, imagine the music's getting lighter and it's more fun, right? And you're aiming for like boogie, salsa, whatever it is for you that gets you up and makes you just like really want to dance or shimmy in your seat, right? So through 3 memories or 3 things you are grateful for, if you can just stick with that, what happens is next thing you're tuned your meat suit, which is like the radio, to a vibration that makes you want to be happy. It makes you want to smile. It makes you go, I'll go and do that now, or I'll get in and I'll, whatever it is, I'll clean that, or I'll send that letter, or I'll do that email, or I'm going to go and help my neighbor next door do something. Because this vibration, what it does is it unlocks your human toolbox. All right. It's a term I heard a long time ago. A human toolbox is all of the most amazing things that humans can do. All right. And we're at the foot of staggering things right now where people can, like, I can sometimes not necessarily read minds, but I can read things. I'll know bad situations and I can stay away from them. I can intuit them. So this is the very basic stuff. It's right. It's like you just opened your toolbox, right? And you've just looked in and gone, oh, I got tools. I don't know how to use them yet, but boy, look, there's a lot of tools in there. The only way I'm ever going to be able to learn to use these tools is the requirement that my vibration is up. We'll be able to do things like levitate, just disappear here and turn up somewhere else. We'll be able to just transmute. Like, we can change form. We can, that's another video. A lot of people are uncomfortable hearing things like this, so I'm a bit, I don't get too much into it, all right? But in our human toolbox, when we want greatness, we want more from our life. We want more. If you're a parent, you want to be able to give your child more, your grandkids or your partner, family. It's going to come from when you are in that high vibratory state. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I have days that are just full on crap. I wake up and I don't feel fabulous. But instead of trying to work out why do I not feel good? What's going on? What would be the thought? Blah, 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 blah. And overthink. Because I know, and I'm very aware of that I was very good at overthinking. I mean, and analytically thinking and laterally thinking. But what would happen, that was a wonderful gift. What would happen is I would use that and it would not be positive. Because all that would happen is I'm using this great tool and I'm thinking and analysing and looking. But it's what I'm looking at that is the problem. So if I feel down and I continue to look at it, what am I doing? I'm giving it life. The more I think about it, the bigger it gets, the grander it gets. I could even nearly give it a name. I get to know it so well. So what I realised is, one, stop. I say stop a lot in my own head now. Stop. If you're going to put your mind to work on anything, let's just find those three things to be grateful for, and let's go that way. Because sticking with a thought that's just bringing you down or making you feel crap in your solar plexus, right in between your ribs, that horrible feeling, even down into your abdomen, oh, pardon me, or to the point where you feel this is going on, that tension, that thing. So when you decide I'm going to go the route of gratitude versus the route of drama, that made an enormous difference for me. Because one, I felt like I was actually doing something for myself instead of, I don't know, just by default ending up trying to work out the worries of the world and what was going on in my life and how can I make it better. Well, I'm not going to make it better if I keep sticking my face in the drama. All right? So when I realized, just immediately, go straight to gratitude every single time. At the end of the day, like I walk every day for just under an hour. There's an area I walk down the road, takes a couple of minutes, and then there's this little lane that I go down that takes me down to, I live on the beach, well, one house back from Moreton Bay. It's absolutely beautiful. So what I found was this little laneway, and then what did I call it? I started calling it a blow it off laneway, but I think it was like let it go laneway. So it's only quite small, takes me maybe 45 seconds to walk from one to the other. And what I do in that is I let stuff go. Whatever it is I'm harboring or hanging on to, or I was, because sometimes when you're home, you're doing things, I've got to do this, I better do that, put the washing on. Or when we're in situations with stuff that we're so used to, sometimes we don't know that we're in these thoughts or feeling down, because we're doing stuff like automatic. Right? It's really like our subconscious mind takes over and just starts doing things, and we're not actually focusing on the fact that I don't feel great right now. So when I walk, and as soon as I get into that street, I immediately feel happy because I know that by the 45 seconds when I've walked to the other end, I have just let go of everything, because I know intellectually I will gain this zero, nothing, not a thing, zip, nada, by hanging on to old thoughts, or someone hurt me or betrayed me, or I don't know, or I'm depressed, or I don't understand, or anything like that is never going to get me anywhere, ever, ever, ever. So when I start at that street, I get to the other end and I'm just like nearly floating, because I realized that unless I could take charge of the duration of how long you get stuck in the drama, I was going to end up being, like at its mercy. And I'm just not that way, I mean, it actually offends me. I think I bloody well will not because I'm a bit stubborn. Most of us are stubborn, just stubborn at the wrong times. So it's a really, 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 really valuable tool, and it gives back immediately. I mean immediately, because as soon as you think gratitude, bang, up goes your vibration. That's immediate. That's changing the thing inside of you. That's part of your core. That's part of who you are in your depths. It's your soul, nearly, like your spirit. And you now have this power to up the vibration, which means you change yourself physically like that, in here. It was free. You told no one. You don't have to answer to anybody. All you're doing is taking charge of your life and knowing how to get out of that funky state and into a raised vibration quick. Now, again, I definitely you teach this to kids, right? With the way stuff is. Not every kid's being bullied. Not every kid has a bad life, but some do. So having these mechanisms in place where they have places to go in their mind, they have these really productive and powerful tools to apply to their own life. Okay, it's so important for children to feel they have some control. All right, they have control in here. They might not control the world, because kids, when they're little, they require adults to help them. But if they have something that they can use in their mind when times get tough, it could be anything, and you tell them. You could be grateful for your teddy bear. You could be grateful that your pillow's lovely at night. You could be grateful for your friends. You can be grateful, you'll know when you're talking to a child, you'll know the things they love and the things they get excited about. So you're just teaching them to focus on the stuff that's going to get them where they want to go and not holding them back. In a state of fear, usually, is where we end up. Fear, guilt, that dreadful heavy that goes on when we don't have control of our mind. But when we do, immediately you can just get out of it. It takes practice, like I said. A lot of people get stuck, and it's a comfort zone to be stuck in this quagmire of crappy thought. But it's like going to the gym with practice, with diligence. It becomes so much easier. So anyway, that's my Friday topic. Oh, Fire, hello, darling. I saw someone come in, but sometimes when I look down, I lose my train of thought because there's such big thoughts. So if you're having times where you know you're down or you've got to do something, like you're going to work in a job that you don't like, oh, darling, this is what you do. Like when you're cleaning your teeth. What are the things you're grateful for? Don't think about work that you don't like. That's going to happen anyway. Think about the things you do like, because at the end of the day, you're going to be back home again. Work's not. The things you don't like are not a permanent place to stay. The things you do like, and the things that make your that bring your vibration up, that take the weight off, that take the emotional weight off. That's the place you want to be. You can be in that place at work, on public transport, when you're at someone's house and you don't like them, but you have to be there, when you're somewhere that you just really don't want to be, or you're with someone you don't want to be, or in a situation that you don't like. You can go to gratitude at any single moment, anywhere. Even mid-sentence, actually, if someone's driving you nuts, because your brain functions so fast, you can already be thinking things of gratitude in between the space, between words. Between words, you have this power. So I'd like everyone to just give it a try, because I tell you what, it's absolute magic. It's gold. Works for me. And like I said, I was an absolute overthinker. Absolute. Over the top. All the time. And I didn't realize, because I actually used to think it was pretty normal until, as I grew and learnt and educated myself on lots of other different things, obviously, I realized that no, I was similar, but no, I was just over the top, radical, too much thinking. So I've been, because I always say life is like a seesaw, seesaw. It's not about, everyone thinks they've got to balance everything. And in a sense, yes, but I think balance is that where you feel that you have to constantly be there balancing, like it's a full-time job. I choose to think what you need to do is find the middle ground on everything. And scientists call it the Goldilocks zone. It's like Earth, orbits around the sun at what they call the Goldilocks zone. So it's not too hot, not too cold, because we're in the exact right spot. So this is where you are going to aim to live every day, is in the middle ground. You won't need to be checking up on this and going, oh, is there too much of that? Or, oh, should be more of that? Or, oh, am I doing it right? No, because you're just going to find your own middle ground. And when you have this control of your thoughts, where you can know, right, it's a bad day, this is shit and I'm hating it, but I know what to do. And I don't have to go anywhere to do it. I don't have to have any outfit on, no makeup, hair. I don't need any more money. I don't need to be with anybody. I can do it right now in my head for free, and it's going to be fast. And it's going to work for me every time. And what happens too is you actually learn more and more about the things that you love about your life. Because you can have 3 go-to gratitude things and have the same 3 every time. That's fine too. You don't have to have new ones every time. However, what happens is once you get into that state, like I said, your brain is very, very, very clever. And it starts bringing forward thoughts, bringing things that goes, oh, you want stuff that makes you happy? I remember those memories. Yeah, I've got bucket loads. Let me get some for you. It doesn't even have to be something current. Gratitude could be, I had the best grandmother in the world. I loved her. Absolutely. She made me so happy. So you can have gratitude for someone that's not here. Because I've lost both my grandparents, and they were both absolutely fantastic. Or all 4 of them were fantastic. So I only tell you this because I was an overthinker and I would come up with more questions. So I tried to answer those questions before you have to think, does it have to be something current? No. Just something that you're grateful for, that you found joy in, that you really loved. And it wasn't some fleeting thing like someone thought you had, I don't know, a cute bum or something, not that. Not the slim veneer things in life, okay? They make you momentarily happy, for sure, but they're not a gratitude thing. They're just a happy thing. Do you know? Do you get it? So there we are. Now, I hope everyone finds some value in this. 27 and a half minutes. Anyway, I've gotten used to the half an hour live videos now. Give it a try. I know that you'll find success in it. If you remember, and remember this, you don't always remember to do this initially. Sometimes you'll go days, weeks, months and go, oh, darn, I forgot about that. So maybe write something down, a little note, put it in your bathroom or in your handbag or in your purse, somewhere where you can even write it in code, 3G, 3 gratitude. It's up to yourself. But, do you want to be happy? Do you want some control in your life? Well, if you do these little things, write little notes if you need them, just to remind yourself. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. Anyway, with my wee voice, because I don't really like that voice, but I can't help myself. Okay, thank you very much for watching. And if you find value in these videos, if you consider sharing them, that would be just lovely. Thanks. Then have a really wonderful weekend. Take care. And I look forward to coming back on Monday with another original topic. Because as you know, I wait until the day. Sometimes it's a couple of hours before I do my video. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. But I like meditate on it in a manner at what I want to talk about. So I'll never know until the day comes. So everything I talk about is very fresh. It's not rehearsed at all. You might guess that. So anyway, have a really wonderful weekend. Please take care. Find your moments of gratitude. Teach people around you. Like I've got this really great go-to to help me. You don't even have to tell them where you learned it. You can even say you came up with it yourself if that suits the situation. By all means, So take care. Be well. And I look forward to seeing you next week on Monday. All righty, guys. Take it easy. Bye.